These are the times of the changes to come. And you say, but where shall I start? Begin with the pages inside of you. You must read from the book of your heart. You must look to the book of your heart.
Hello, Kansans. I'm Jennifer Robinson, a fellow Sierra Club member, and proud to be serving you on your state executive committee. Today, I would like to talk to you about some of the exciting things that have been happening for Kansas this fall and also for the planet this fall. Of course, the Paris Climate Conference is at the top of my mind. That took place in December with over 196 countries from around the world coming together to address the hard work of reducing our global footprint. Prior to that, Pope Francis issued the first ever encyclical related to the environment and conservation. At home, Kansas Sierra Club has been working to preserve endangered prairie dog villages and partnering with our friends in Oklahoma to address fracking, earthquakes. And, of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that we have a World Series winning baseball team here in the area. Yeah. To that end, I'd like to introduce you to Steve and Stacy Physioc. Many of you will recognize Steve's voice as being one of the announcers and television commenters on the Kansas City Royals, and we are in your backyard today. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for being here. It's great. Nice to meet you, Jennifer.
This is our church. As a matter of fact, I got up this morning, took my dog out. We found a herd of deer in the backyard, and we followed them, tracked them. And it's really beautiful because this is where I grew up. I went to Shawnee Mission North High School. I was part of the Boy Scouts. I did everything outdoors. I went to Kansas State University and once again experienced Tuttle Creek and walked the Flint Hills. And coming back after 30 years removed, it has been spectacular. I'm also very, very proud of what you talked about, the Royals and winning a world championship, but also the fact that the Royals are the first major league team to put solar panels in the outfield to help supply the energy at Kauffman Stadium. So I'm proud of the Glass family and Kevin Ulick and the entire organization for not only winning a championship, but being part of making a less of a footprint on our environment.
Absolutely. We can all do our part, our little part, like not using plastic water bottles and not using plastic bags, and maybe even making or buying environmentally friendly cleaning products for your home. But it's a very critical time in our history, and big things need to happen. And I think that that's what we need to do. We really, really need to focus on the companies, support those companies that are trying to lessen their footprint, but also supporting organizations like this one, like the Sierra Kansas chapter, because they're doing the big things and they're fighting the big fights that we all need to support and help wherever we can, however we can.
Absolutely. We all need to do our part. Well, why don't you tell me a little bit about what you love to do outside in Kansas?
Oh, well, I really love being here. It's the heartland. And last October was a very busy time for everybody in Kansas City and very exciting for the Kansas City Royals family, but we did manage to get away for a day hike at the Tallgrass National Preserve. Oh my gosh, it was so pretty, and I had seen pictures, but I had never really been there to see this tall grass, and it was even rainy. It was a rainy day, but we loved it, and I think the best part for me was seeing the bison just roaming in their natural habitat, and these are the things that the Kansas Sierra Club are supporting.
And I'm a little sad to find out that in the United States, we've preserved only 4% of the tallgrass prairie, but I'm proud to say that in the Sunflower State, 2/3 of that tallgrass prairie are in the state of Kansas. And the way that we have fought to preserve it, take care of it, we've done it in marvelous fashion from all the way from the northern part of Kansas to the northern part of Oklahoma.
Absolutely. It's one of the issues that Kansas Sierra Club members take very seriously. This year, we have worked on improving air and water quality in the Flint Hills and beyond. We've also been working very hard and diligently to preserve more habitat, including for animals like the lesser prairie chicken. And of course, we're doing everything we can to address the ramifications of the global climate crisis here in Kansas. Steve, I'd like to take a minute to ask you, where do you see the parallel between the work you do with the Royals and the volunteer work and support that you give the Sierra Club?
Jennifer, I put everything almost in the sports vernacular. And what I saw this year with the Kansas City Royals and last year were young men putting their ego, leaving in the locker room, coming together and playing as a team. I think when we see sports, sometimes we think only individual, like the pitcher versus the catcher. But when you take a look at the inner workings, you see beautiful things happening, guys coming together, playing as a team, and that's the only reason they won a world championship. And I think we as human beings can do the same thing. And I was very proud of the Paris Climate Conference, where 196 nations came together, and they can't do everything perfectly. The Royals couldn't win 162 games this year, but they could win enough to win a world championship. And 196 nations and their leaders were able to come together and say, we can make a difference. And that's why I'm hoping our leaders, not only in the Sierra Club, but in the state of Kansas, our legislators, our politicians can say, we can make a difference. We can make a difference in improving our air quality, our water quality, and the lifestyle of our citizens.
Absolutely. We're all teaming up for the planet. If you would like to join our team and help us with our mission to improve Kansas wildlife, air quality, and to stop fracking and working towards preserving our piece of the planet, please donate to the Kansas chapter of the Sierra Club at kansas.sierraclub.org. Thank you so much to Steve and Stacy for having us here today.
Thank you.
And go Royals.
Go Royals and go Sierra Club.
George Carlin once said, baseball is a 19th century pastoral game.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Katie Casey saw all the games, knew the players by their first names, told the umpire he was wrong all along, good and strong. When the score was just 2-2, Katie Casey knew what to do, just to cheer up the boys she knew. She made the gang sing this song. Take me out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't